How you doing, everybody? Thanks for joining us today for another Rolling Over the Hill right here on the Live to Roll channel. And thanks to all of you for being part of the Live to Roll family. Before we get started, let's thank our sponsors, mobility professionals and urology professionals. They're a good group of people and good at what they do, and that is providing the best in a variety of durable medical equipment and urology supplies, along with excellent customer service. So if you're in the need of a wheelchair, rehab equipment, or catheters, give them a call or check them out on the web. On today's show, we will be sharing reviews for product that is out there that we need to know about, especially in our community. Make sure to include your questions, comments, and views in the chat, and don't forget to hit that like button. Let's get started. My name is Robert Soto. I'm a T12 spinal cord injury from a motorcycle racing accident over 50 years ago. Chad isn't here today, so we'll be joined again, as always, by my co-host Bobby and Paul. Paul, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Good to be here today. Excited about the show. Product reviews are always fun. Get to explore some interesting stuff. My name's Paul. I'm a C56 quad. Kicking around as a quad for 40 plus years, I guess. Yeah, looking forward to what's gonna kind of unroll here today. Over to you, Bobby.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Before I introduce myself, today is a day of remembrance here in the U.S. 24 years ago, we were attacked, and we lost a lot of good people in those towers and on those planes. And just want to give my recognition and bless all those that had suffered, and we will never forget. So. And then happy birthday to my cousin today. But I am Bobby Rohan. I am a C5, C6 quadriplegic of, I don't remember, 35 years or something like that. 35 or 36, something like that. I couldn't remember the other day too. That's how it's going, I guess. Over to you, Robert.
All right. So what have you guys been up to? It's been a couple weeks. And anything new or exciting in your guys' lives that we need to know about?
Well, I got some interesting news today, I guess, or partly my own fault. So last couple of weeks, I've been fighting a bladder infection. So I took a sample in last week, blah, 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 did all this stuff. Talked to the urologist. She was wanting to wait for the culture to come back before she prescribed anything, and I get that. That's fair. Culture came back on Friday, but I didn't hear anything, and weekend came and went. And I hadn't heard anything all week, and I thought, well, she'll call me as soon as she gets around to it. I knew she was really backed up with stuff, so I didn't want to be that pain in the butt patient. Turns out I should have been, because I called today, and she had given me a prescription on Friday that had been sitting at my pharmacist, and the doctor's office didn't bother to tell me, and the pharmacist didn't bother to tell me.
Oh, man.
So I could have been on my Cipro since Friday. So that's a little frustrating. Now I'll take partial responsibility for that. I should have followed up sooner, but damn, take responsibility for your stuff, guys.
Yeah. You know what? That's a perfect example. Advocating, man. You gotta, I'll be that pest patient. As long as I mean, I don't have a problem with that, especially when it comes to my health. And
And I mean, I've been kind of on the weekend. I was really feeling rough, but I've been kind of feeling, a little bit better up and down, and it hasn't been crazy. Today's been a bit of a worse day. I think that's probably what triggered me to call today, is because it was bad. But and yesterday I went for a really nice bike ride and I felt good. So
Let me ask you this question though, Paul. Do you think you can fight it?
well,
You know how we said
up until today, I would have said yes. Because this has been, I'm going to say I'm two weeks in, just over 2 weeks in now. And it was really bad at the first. It's a lot better now. And that's a really good point, Bobby, because I kind of thought maybe I could, but I was still waiting to hear back from the doc to see what she thought.
Yeah.
And that was kind of one thing I
Was
was thinking. Oh, maybe she's not getting back to me because she thought I could fight it. But today's been not a good day, so I'm thinking it's probably worth taking the meds.
Yeah, Robert, you have something about meds and a little information that you never even considered, and then till the doctor said something.
well, which one thing are you talking about? Because had a
The
couple things
sun,
going on.
the
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that one. That's another part of what, because it's been over a year, and for me in terms of UTIs, and I just got one last week, but I've been trying different catheters. So again, I don't know if that has anything to do, because used to using a kit, the insertion kit and all that. The ones they're giving me now don't have that, so I don't know. But so I did like what Bobby says. I tried to fight it for a couple days, and I can tell if it's, if I'm making any headway. But when I started running a slight fever, I go nope. And I always have Cipro on hand because 99% of my UTIs are E. coli, so the Cipro works good for that. So anyway, so I took that for the 7 days. 3 days into the treatment, I start feeling better and things start clearing up. But when the doctor told me just to be careful, because like I say, I start taking it before I talk to the doctor. I don't wait, and then I'll let him know. And he says, yeah, just be careful with the sun, especially because this was, when the heat was out here. And he goes, I go, why? He goes, because antibiotics, you're not really supposed to have sun exposure because it affects the skin, and you can get a really bad type sunburn. I don't know if it's sunburn, but it's actually some type of thing with the skin and all that. And that just so happened to be a couple of days before the push to the pier, and I was looking forward to all that. I go, well, then the only way I could do it is if I'm covering up with t-shirt, long sleeve t-shirt, because I wear jeans and all that, and get one of those big old hats and stuff. But so I just kind of passed on that. But yeah, I did not know, and I think it might have been mentioned to me years and years ago. I just didn't really put it together, but about the sun. And so were you guys aware of that? It's antibiotics, I guess, that
Well,
make
and
that
and
an issue.
Cipro's a bad one.
Yeah.
Cipro is one of the worst for that sun exposure. And I did know that because, well, the only reason I knew that is because my neighbor, who's a quad, told me about
Mhm.
that. She uses Cipro quite often, and
Yeah.
plus she researches all this stuff up and down and left, right, and center. So she had told me that when I was on it is to be careful with Cipro, particularly Cipro. You're right, all
Yeah.
antibiotics, but
Yeah.
Cipro apparently is supposed to be a little more. You're a little more sensitive to the sun with
Well,
Cipro.
yeah, and nowadays with me getting older, I'm following the rules because I don't need any other issues. I don't need to start all of a sudden have a skin issue because of antibiotics. So I just said I played it safe, and which
Yeah,
I kind of
only
surprised me.
took
But
you
yeah, I mean,
sooner.
yeah, yeah. What about you, Bobby?
Mm, right now,
Every-
I'm flustered because I just got back from a 40-mile bike ride. It was beautiful out there. Got a little warm at the end, but my computer, I must have hit delete after it, my ride, and it didn't capture it on my Strava. And we have it's kind of like Strava is social media for when you're done exercising. If you have a device, it automatically loads up there, and then you can put your pictures up there. But I must have deleted it somehow. So hopefully Paul is able to see where I was riding today, and because it sends them an email and to my brother, my wife, and a couple other people in case something happens, or they can just watch me ride a live track, not in real time or anything, or real time, but not like where it's more like looking at your maps on your phone. So I'm flustered,
So I guess,
very
so
flustered.
do we ask the folks out there? Do we confirm that Bobby did a 40-mile ride, or do we
yeah,
say
yeah, really. Start
didn't
calling them
say
out on it.
You know, buddy, I did that.
I do, I know. And just kudos, man. He did. So it does the splits every. Okay, Bobby, I'm going to talk in kilometers here. What's 5 kilometers in miles?
What's what?
On mine it comes up in kilometers, so it's every 5 kilometers there's a split, and he did a 5 kilometer segment between mile 55 or kilometer 55, 51 and 55 under 10 minutes. Guys,
So
he was
five,
almost,
five,
Yeah,
he was
that's
almost 30 kilometers an hour.
5K is what? 5K is like 3 miles or something?
3.1 miles is
3.1 miles. And then you were just under 30K. So what's that about? That's got to be pushing 20 miles an hour.
I was almost there, yeah. In the water
Yeah,
at the end there.
He was flying. I'm glad he didn't hit a home. Just glad he
That's
didn't hit
pretty
a home run. Scratch that new helmet.
yeah, that's good stuff, man. Good stuff.
That was
All right,
impressive.
well, enough about our shenanigans. Let's get on with the show. Product review. Everyone's like, dude, you have signs next to Paul. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
Ken said,
Nice
he's like,
ones,
I'm
too.
only here for product. No, I know you didn't say that, but he's excited about product review. And we got some. We looked them up. And today's going to be a little bit different. Also, because not only did I do products, but I did where you can go get these products.
Yeah, good deal.
So let's get started. Where do we want to go? Paul, you go first.
Where for products? Well, the big one that I was kind of talking about was the clip-on scooter device. I got the Pause here sitting behind me. The Rehasense Pause is a brand. And another one is a Baytech. I have probably a little more experience with the Baytech, but they clip on a little differently. This Pause unit that Bobby's put the picture up clips onto the front down tubes of your frame of your manual wheelchair. It's run like a motorcycle, so it's got the same throttle like a motorcycle and brake. Now you can set it up for a quad, and I'm not sure if people can see this, it's a little far away, but when it clamps on, you can do it manually, or they have a really slick automatic system. So this silver piece here is the clamp. Now this is a manual one where you just pop that clamp up. So if you have enough strength, you can do that. If you don't, you can get an automatic one where you pull your chair up to it. You push a button and it clamps one side, clamps the other side, and then tips your front wheel, tips your chair back. The way these work is they tip your chair back, so you're riding on your back wheel and the front wheel of the unit here. This one seems to be pretty slick. It's very solid when it's on your chair. Because it mounts on the front of your chair, it really makes you one unit. And that's the difference between this one and the Baytech, where the Baytech mounts between your legs with a bracket under your chair. So it still works really well. It clamps on, I'm going to say quicker, but it doesn't feel quite as solid. Using them both, there's advantages and disadvantages to each. The Baytech, I find, floats over bumps a little better because it's not as solid. So you kind of float over the bumps if you hit a bump. This one perhaps might be a little more jarring. Again, I haven't used this one enough to know. It's got quad handles on it, which is really quite slick. So it's like a tri-pin system that's very adjustable. I'm going to try to get to this side here.
And what's the weight of those things of both? Are they approximately the same weight, the Baytech and the Rehasense?
Yeah, the smaller ones are of course lighter, but the bigger ones are about the same.
Okay.
So the throttle here, like a motorcycle throttle, and this one instead of the 3D or instead of the tri-pin, I've got a 3D printed piece on here that is just a flat piece, and it works really well. I'm surprised it works so well as a quad, but I don't need the 3D thing. I just push on that, and that's slick. And on the other side over here, I'm guessing this is too far away to see, but I do have the 3D pin over here on that, and then you use your wrist for that. And that one is also very adjustable. Again, this one's new for me, so it's I think it's a fairly decent system. It seems to be built really well. I also think the Baytech is built very well too, though. So as far as comparing the two, I think there's pros and cons to each. One thing I've noticed just using this one a little bit compared to my old Baytech is that I'm a little bit more maneuverable with the Baytech, but that could be because this is new and the steering is a little bit stiffer. The steering snaps back on this one, so it snaps back to center, where the other one is a little more not loose, but it's
Yeah.
just a little bit, it's just different feeling. So I think the biggest thing with them is you look at the size you need and what you need it for. Um, so they're good units. They're well built, and those are just two brands. I mean, the Paws and the Baytech are a couple of the bigger brands, but there's tons of brands out there. I know there's some people around here that have ordered some from Amazon, just the knockoff ones, the made in China ones, and they're having really good luck with them. I don't know.
Yeah,
What's
there's
that?
so many.
What's
There's
that
so
one?
many of them out there.
But what's that? Is it a Japanese website that all? Oh gosh.
Alibaba.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
And they have some cheap scooters there with.
yeah, very much
Now,
so.
but how is it? Is it hard to get parts if you do need one or anything like that with any of these? I mean, it's like anything I know we
This
deal with.
one, this one, no. So this is a
Okay.
fairly big company. This is a company that apparently started as a Dutch company. This particular brand is built in Poland. So the Paws is built in Poland. I think the main North American distributor is in Canada, and then there's a number of them in the States. And everybody that I know that has needed any parts repairs, things like that, this company's been really good for that. I know with Baytech the Baytech's pretty good too, but Baytech they were having I think it was just some supply issues a while back. I don't think they're having any of that right now. And
Yeah.
to be honest, I don't know really anything major that's broken down on anybody's. You got to change a tire. I've taken mine to a bike shop. Bobby, you've taken yours to a bike shop to get that done. Yeah, the handlebar. What is nice on this one compared to the Baytech is the adjustability of the handlebar. So if you are a quad that has maybe a little less balance, you need different reach things, height things. This one is really adjustable. The handlebars, it's all bike parts, and they have extensions to bring the handlebars close to you. You can get more of a curved one if you need it. You can get it adjusted up and down. There's just a lot of adjustability on this one. The Baytech's a little bit less adjustability. I know they have a handlebar, you can get one different one, but this one has got a lot more adjustability on it, which is cool. And I think with this one, I've looked a little bit, not a lot, but I believe the battery on this one you can buy as a knockoff too. You don't have to buy the one from the company. Where the Baytech is a proprietary battery. Again, not having used it long enough to ever have to replace a battery, that's been quite fortunate. They seem to work really well that way. So,
Yeah, they're pretty nice, man. And they're coming out. There's a lot of them, but I mean, some of the top of the line ones are just really nice. They're really nice engineering on them.
well, and they've got like it's got a headlight on it. It's got reverse, forward. This one even has cruise control on it. So if you're walking with somebody at a walking speed, you can see it. I've been using it to take my dog for a walk, and quite amazed that the dog behaved really well with it, and it just seemed to work well. You got to be careful with the leash and stuff, so you got to get your kind of system set up right so you're not getting the leash tangled up in your wheels or the dog's tripping or something.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But you're gonna,
And that's with anything when you're walking your dog, just the wheelchair alone, right?
oh yeah, I know, yeah. One thing you do got to think about though is you're on three wheels. So I don't know if anybody out there has been around long enough to remember the three wheel trikes before they had quads, like the
Yeah.
four-wheel quads. Then when they had the three-wheeled ones, and they outlawed them because they're so damn dangerous. Well, these things are on three wheels too. So basically, you're a tricycle, and I can speak from experience, as other people in the chat could on the show could. They will tip over. And the last time I tipped mine over, it hurt. So be careful. Don't be an idiot. Because they go quick. Like you're not going at walking speed. You're
fast. I know. I see
close to
Bobby's.
technology.
There's the pair boards that Derek was talking about.
Yeah.
That's something that I saw I was on the internet, I guess a few days ago, and you clamp sideways onto that pair board, and it's a skateboard. It's a skateboard for your wheelchair.
Scary.
And you clamp on it instead of balancing.
Yeah,
on
there's like brackets that clamp onto your chair that you clip on, and
wow.
yeah, so that's something new, and I just saw that. That's funny that he mentioned that, because I forgot about it because I saw it a few days ago. That looks kind of sketchy to me, but who knows, man? It's just another thing that someone came up with, and it may catch on. Another avenue to have fun. I hope.
They have
There's a lot of new stuff coming out, and with this stuff, e-bikes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Guys, they have a 3,600 watt battery.
3,600
motor.
3,600 watt motor.
That's what
3,600.
Yeah, and that you're going to be paying $4,000 compared to their 1,600 watt. It says motor watt 4 times.
Yeah.
1,600, 2,000. Yeah, you're going to be paying like $2,500 or more for those for that paraboard. You're right.
So that must steer, eh? Like there's got to be somewhere. You have to watch a video on it.
I think you got to steer with your just wheelchair.
Yeah, $2,500, Bobby. That's what it is. It's a paraboard. That's a paraboard GT, and that's the one. And it there's if you look on the internet, they show up close and how it actually clamps. Using your foot. I don't know how to show it, but
yeah, I got a better.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know where that one was, but
it's blue. It's blue, and it's got the handicap emblem on there. Yeah.
You're talking about this?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So that's it.
So it depends on how. It depends on how secure it is once you mount it on there, because I don't know, man.
But I don't want to know how to steer the silly thing.
Leaning, I guess. Leaning. The front of your chair gets mounted there, and it's probably all leaning, I guess. I have to see a video.
I don't even want to know. On my hand bike today, going at, I was going around a turn. I was on the boardwalk, and it does this left and then a quick right. And I did the left and then the quick right. Next thing I know, there's a cop car. And I went, whoa! And I was on 2 wheels. I was like, ooh. And I was probably going 15 miles per hour, but that was scary enough. I was like, no, thank you.
That's fast enough, man.
Those bikes do tip over too, Bobby. I don't know if you knew that, but
no, see, I haven't tipped mine like somebody else has.
Yeah, tip the bike, tip the Baytech. Damn. Gotta try it. Gotta try it to the limits, right? Gotta max them out.
Need a nitrous switch on that thing. That means it goes faster. Yeah, I don't know, man. I have to see that thing in person and really see somebody use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something else, that thing. I didn't see that before.
It does look
pretty simple. Pretty simple concept.
All right, what else do you have there, Paul?
What else do I have? I don't remember. What else did I bring up? Different things I use. One thing that we've talked about, and I know Bobby and I use lots, if you talk about weights, is wrist weights, but wrist weights with thumb, like
You talked about
thumb
and get
holes.
your picture of that. Maybe I missed it. Shoot.
I didn't get a picture. No, I didn't. But you can look them up on Amazon. I can show you one. I have one right here. So when I say thumb weight, it's a simple wrist weight is a simple weight that wraps around your wrist, but it's got a thumb hole in it. Where's the angle here? There we go. So it's a simple weight,
Like,
and the thumb hole allows you to put the wrist weight through your thumb around your wrist, and then then it stays on.
you got to use your teeth though.
So many of those wrist weights slide down your arm. So these are quite simple. And I mean, this one happens to be Nike. Do you want to sponsor us, Nike?
Yeah.
But you can get lots of different brands, and they come in different weights. Anything from a ½ pound to, I think 3 pound is the biggest one that we found, Bobby, for the thumb weight style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You get anything bigger than 3, and they get like bulky.
We did lap it over one time.
Yeah, that's right.
I put the 2 on and then put the 3. But I mean, there's not many exercises as a quad I can do for.
Yeah. And these are, I mean, this isn't necessarily a disability piece, but it is very adaptable particularly for quads.
Mm-hmm.
Or somebody that has hand dexterity issues. Another one I was thinking of, Bobby, that I didn't put in there was the open ear headphones that we use, how easy they are to put on and off.
Mine's in the bedroom too.
I've got mine sitting here. That's why I thought of them, because they're sitting here. So if you've heard of the open ear headphones, they've been around for a while. These ones happen to be clipped together as one, but as a quad, they're very, very easy to get on. I have trouble with earbuds. I don't like things in my ears anyways, but I have trouble getting them on. But these, and they're kind of a silicone, I guess, and they just slide over your head like that, and then they're on. So
bone conductor is what they call it. So the vibration is how you hear the sound.
So as an open ear, you can actually hear, like when you're biking or running, you can hear traffic.
Yeah, what's going on around you. You can hear what's going on around you, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And I really appreciate these. I find they're very safe, very effective, and you can take phone calls on them when you're out and about.
And then you also had, not that one. You had this one.
Oh yeah, the kind of a cup holder idea for the side of your chair. This brand, I quite like this brand. This design wish, I find it fits on there quite nice to a chair, and you can get it in different sizes that fit multiple bottles. There's a ton of different brands out there, a ton of different styles. Find one that works best for you. They simply Velcro on, or I use Velcro and zip ties just to make it a little more secure. Love those things too.
Does it come with all those accessories like water? It says water bottle, right? But I wonder if it comes with that tool little kit.
I think that's just a picture of what it can hold. Got to carry your sleeve. I don't know, maybe. Mine didn't. Mine just came with the water bottle, or not the water bottle, just the.
Like and this one was like $15.95, and I think this is your price. So Canadian a little bit more, but where I found mine, and if you put wheelchair cup holder, on Amazon you'll find a bunch of them.
Yeah,
and I get a 2-pack that's like $16. It's like 2 packs.
Where did Derek is asking, where did you get the headphones?
The headphones, the brand that I have is called Shokz, SHOKZ, and I got them on Amazon when it was Prime Days in July.
Would you pay for those? Would you pay?
100. Now this is Canadian, so it would be more. It was 100, and they were regularly 250, and I think I got them for I think I got them for 150 on Prime days. So these ones are called the Open Ear Pro 2, I think.
So and for anybody, wanting it maybe not so much is sorry, my phone is ringing. I just got my wife the same brand Shocks with the
Yeah.
Z at the end, $80. Because I noticed that I'm like, oh, there's a bunch of them, and I think hers now. Can you hit the side to turn on and off the music?
Yep.
So on hers, she can't.
Yeah.
And then there's a bunch of knockoff ones. I have a knockoff one. I don't remember the product name, but I bought I was at a bike show, and it was like, I think my brother and I said we'll buy both for two of them for 60, and when there was like two for 80, and you guys look cool. I'll sell it to you for 60. So we got them, pretty cheap, but I like it because, for me, it's easy to turn on off and on. And the $80 ones that I bought my wife for, that's called Shocks. She doesn't have that. So she keeps going, huh? Because she listens to news radio all day.
And yours work pretty well, don't they, Bobby? You got good luck with yours.
They work great. They work.
Yeah, I love them.
And like you said, it's so easy to put on those. You don't have to put them in your ear. I know Ken, who's in our chat, he has the ones that are in his ear and here. And Ken, I'm just curious, like, has yours ever fallen out of your ear? I'm sure you always look like you got them in pretty tight, but I was just wondering. So if that was the case. And I think that's all you had.
I think, I don't think I put in much else. I just thought we would chat because there's lots of other stuff the guy has. A cool little tool I was going to bring in that I have that's homemade. If you got a busted bicycle spoke, it's a zipper pull. And basically the bicycle spoke is a really nice, it's solid metal. And I just bent it up actually my dad did it at first when I first got hurt, and made kind of a T handle out of it with a hook on the end to do up zippers and do up buttons. And I use that to do up my pants all the time. And that's go to a bike shop and say, hey, you got any old spokes? I'll give them to you and bend it however works best for you. I know I got a couple of friends that bend it up a little bit different than I do, but I kind of make a T handle that I can get my hand in, straight bar down that's maybe 2 inches long with just a little hook on the end. Works awesome, and they're strong. Worst part about that is if you lose it when you need to do your pants up.
Yeah. There's another one. I was trying to find that kind of goes hand in hand with what you're talking about. Oh, here we go. Let me see if this.
What are you looking for, Bob?
It's another, what
Device?
he's saying spoke.
Oh yeah.
He's saying
well, because I know Market Abilities makes things like that he has things for that as well.
And that's great. And if you ever reach out to Mark from Abilities, he's also really good. But this is another.
Oh yeah, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, and I knew I just saw it, so I was trying to bring it up. Yeah. Sorry for the pause in the show, but button hook and a zipper pull. So I have one of these, and so when I used to go to work, I'd have it because for some reason, next thing I know, I got Rico Suave going on because a button might come off, and so I found it. I was able to use it, and then back in the day, I was able to zip up my zipper with it. Yeah, I loved it. But also, you know what I started doing, or before I had this, what I would do is put a zip tie in my zipper. I get this, and I'd make my own ring. So that was great.
And just pull it up that way.
I still do that on a lot of stuff. I use zip ties for a
Yeah.
bunch of loop things. Whenever I need to create a loop.
And I was always using key rings. But then
Mhm.
if you did have a key ring around, zip ties are easier to find. Or string. Nowadays I've been using string because you can tie some cool knots and do. I got string on my backpack.
Yeah. All right, Robert.
Yep. All right. I had a couple things that I put in there. Well, two or three things, but two of them are wheelchairs, are just manual wheelchairs that are, I think, I mostly put them out there just because I'm all about ultra lightweight, especially with the technology that they're bringing about, because they are getting them from some of these bikes that are for racing, all carbon fiber, titanium, and just the designs and things like that. So the first one, the bowhead that I had, that I saw at the expo, I mean, I was into this chair. It is so no that's not it, Bobby.
Oh,
It's the other one.
oh, is it this one?
Yeah, this bowhead. So it's a modular chair, all made out of carbon fiber, really lightweight. But what I like about it is because most of the time there's some adjustments on some of these chairs. I have a carbon fiber chair that and I want to get as light as I can in a chair, just with my shoulders being all beat up and everything. But what's nice about this is because you can adjust width, height, but mostly what's important is the seating. It's modular, so it slides off. And let's say you have it for a year or two, and your seating changes or whatever like that. You can change that seating without getting a whole new wheelchair and all that stuff. So they have different size backing and all that stuff. So it's I didn't have a chance to use it, but I just like the direction that the technology is going in these wheelchairs. It's just like I was talking to Ken, and he has a power chair, and I saw some power chairs that are getting really high tech out there, and just the designs. But like um, Ken was saying, him and Derek, I guess, are the only ones that we know of in our community that have the lithium batteries. How long you can go without charging, and so that's just shows that the steps we're taking uh, in the world of wheelchairs. And then that's going to be a big plus. And just, I mean, I don't know if there's too much technology you can have in some of these things, but
Well,
that bowhead,
yeah,
I mean,
I
that the
think
bowhead is a manual chair. It's a manual chair, so there's not much, But some of these power chairs that I saw that they were doing, especially in Japan, that they had at the Olympics, and they were using for transporting around the airport and all that, they were like outrageous. So this chair here, that's called the Phoenix Eye Hybrid, and this is, I think, made in Scotland or something like that. But now that has power assist wheels that are driven from the front. The casters are the power. And so you can see kind of the down tube, how it's kind of built, and there's a switch in there. And so that's another thing. And that's all made carbon fiber. Again, some of the stuff is modular. Um,
the problem though with what you picked, and nothing.
yeah,
I great technology. It's hopefully around the corner for some of
yeah.
these manual chairs that are for us, because obviously, as you can see, there's not too many even paraplegics that might be comfortable sitting, especially this,
Well,
especially this.
yeah,
I
I don't
mean,
know, but I mean, it's like anything else. You got to get used to it. I mean, I have to get used to a new chair, and it's the same thing that I had before, and it takes a little while to get know. It's just the thing. Like I said, the chairs. I like the chairs, but I mean, I'm talking about just the technology and the direction it's going. It's just like their wheels that they have on the hub. It's a hubless caster wheel on that other one on
The
oh
bowhead.
the yeah.
yeah,
So and you can get them. See there, you can get them on for your own chair, but that you're going to pay for it. But those are adjustable and adaptable to any other chair. But it's hubless,
I have a
and
new
so they
one
have a
with that.
yeah. I like that. I mean, you don't get all that gunk and hair and everything caught up in that axle and all that. But so the thing is I'm all about the titanium metals and carbon fiber. I know for my chair, because I started out with the steel chair, back in the day.
Right, right.
And when you went to aluminum, and that was the best. And all of a sudden that came heavy, then they start bringing out these other metals. So as long they're keeping advancing, and that's what I'm all about. And again, the design, it's been the same design in the most part for forever. So just the fact that they're stepping up a little bit like that, and I like it. I like the change. Again, like Bobby said, I mean, I'm not sure, but I mean, I know that
I mean, for you,
bowhead.
but for
Yeah,
you,
well, yeah. I mean, that's what
you,
I'm showing. I can't
you
show
might.
anything.
No, I get it. I get it. I just think soon it'll be even something that we're all sitting in. That's just that light, where
Yeah.
Yeah.
all that technology can be in it.
Well, that's my whole thing. I just like the
And
direction of the technology.
and something I was going to say is, uh, you were talking about the ghost wheels there with
Yeah,
the
the
bearings.
hubless. Yeah,
How
hubless.
if you have obviously 99% of us get hair in our casters, right? Um,
Yeah.
if you have dogs, especially maybe cats, women's long hair, especially women's long hair. Um,
Yeah.
uh, I found an easy way instead of taking that whole caster apart is taking
Hmm.
a drill with a long drill bit, a thin, taking it down right into there and turn it on for a couple seconds. And that drill bit, all it does is
Go gather all the hair. Oh, that's
grab
good.
all that hair and pulls it right out, and you don't have to take anything apart.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, because I usually use that when I have to take it apart. I use it to just service the bearings and all that stuff. But then you
Yeah.
get so much crap in there, and that's crazy. But anyway, so that's just the technology, and again, not just for the manual wheelchair, but also for the power chair and the use
And
of different batteries.
and speaking of wheelchairs, I just wanted to bring this one up. I brought this in. It's called not a wheelchair. Believe it or not, that's the product name. Not a wheelchair. They have off road, which is a pretty good one. I should have taken a picture of that. I didn't.
That's companies from Utah, right? They're based in
Right,
Utah.
right. And they're
Yeah.
not FDA approved. He is only taking cash. And what's great, this manual wheelchair, a simple basic wheelchair, you go onto their website and you get to design your chair. Now, it's not like custom made, custom, but you can say, do I want the front end uh, tapered in? Do I want a wide taper? Do I want 24-inch, 25? And after all said and done, and I think it says there 6 to 8 weeks right now, and then however, if you have 24-inch wheels, they're back ordered for, and I probably can only imagine it's back ordered because of tariffs. But um, but by all said and done, you're getting a chair that's under $2,000 if you have to pay cash.
Yeah.
Not
And a good chair. I mean, it's a lightweight chair. It
yeah,
maybe isn't quite as custom as some of the other ones, but the price is perfect.
you can't beat that.
Bobby, I thought it was $1,000. They were keeping it at $1,000.
No,
I
with that,
thought.
Depends on the options you
but
have.
that's at the basic, and then if you have
Uh-huh.
any modifications, yeah, it's 1,200, I believe.
Because it started when
Yeah.
they first started, they started at 900, and then but then after you add a few options, but you're still under $2,000.
Now I gotta look it up to see what it started.
Yeah.
It starts at build your custom wheelchair and do. Um, and yeah, you're right, $9.99. Okay, but then if you want like a nicer paint, you're gonna pay a little bit more.
Yeah.
But if you want just regular powder coat, black, red, white, whatever.
If you follow them on Instagram, you find a lot of information. He does a lot of posts um, on this chair and the colors and it's just pretty cool.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
they started making off-road chairs, though. Wasn't that where they started?
Yeah.
yeah. And then
Yeah.
like 125 for a carbon fiber hard seat. If you want no tapered in your front end, but if you do want it's zero. But if you do want taper, that's like 250, depending on the push handles. If you want a plate or it's weird. Their plate is free for foot plate, and then open loop, which for maybe somebody who uses that. Paul, help me
Free
out.
wheel, the free wheel, Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, if you want anti-tipper, it's 125. So I mean, after all is said and done, you probably could get a wheelchair at $1,000 of you, it didn't do any of the options. So
and it's nice if you need it just for a backup or something where you need a chair somewhere where you don't have to take one with you, and you when you get there, it's like if you have a vacation place or whatever, there's no doubt about it, man, because wheelchairs are getting crazy in price now.
right, and some people, they're like, my insurance won't pay,
Yeah,
or pay for this basic, and you want a little more options, and or
yeah,
you want an extra wheelchair for whatever, some,
yeah,
or if you're like on some C5, C6 quadriplegics that use a power chair, get a power chair through your insurance, and then buy a manual chair because they
yeah.
only
There you go.
do one, and if you have to buy
Yeah,
one, that's a great option, cheap,
yeah.
and
Good
it's
idea.
all right.
Yeah.
On to the next one.
Is that mine still?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh, the socks. I had to throw these in because I use these, and I just found out about them about 2, 3 months ago. I don't know about many of you because I wear compression socks, and I'm a pair. I have my hands move fine and all that, and it is a hassle to put on socks.
Yeah.
They're I mean, like, without any ankle stability on that, you're like it's taking forever. You got to kind of pull them all up just to get them over the toes, and then you got to hassle getting them over the heels. So I found they're Wello, and they're like a four-way stretch material, and there's all kinds of stuff involved with them for a sock, but they are so easy to put on, so easy to take off. Um, because I used to hate to have to put. I go, nah, I don't want to put on the compression socks because it's a hassle putting them on. Something that should take a minute or
So
two. It's taking us
these
20 minutes.
you're saying these are a little bit easier.
Oh, they are a whole lot easier.
And
And
are
so
they
whether you have a caregiver or yourself or whatever, it's going to be easy in either situation. And because I used to hate putting on my socks because it was such a hassle putting them on. So lots of times when I needed compression socks, I didn't put them on because And so, but these they come in. If you're wearing shorts, something like that, you're just in your chair. They have colors and different things. You can get a little fashion to it. But I love these socks, and like I said, this is an endorsement because I've tried a lot of stuff. And
Willow, if you want to sponsor the show,
yeah, yeah, really, yeah. So they're a little pricier, but you know what? I mean, if it works, it works, and it is what it
well,
is for.
and I mean, there's times when I got one, swollen ankle, and it would be nice to wear and also my nerve pain.
Yeah, yeah,
And thanks to Sean and Derek for talking about pain, and now I can't get over that. We did it on Tuesday, and now an AD. I just so bad. My nerve pain has been off the chart.
yeah. Well, I tell you, I wear the compression socks just my circulation. Sometimes I get swollen, but mostly the circulation because my legs get cold and all that. But these things are, like I said, I can't say enough about them. And like I said, I didn't even know they were out there. I spent all this money on all these other socks,
Yeah.
the and these
I wear
are.
compression socks every day too, and they're expensive. These aren't as much as the ones I've been wearing.
Yeah, yeah.
And they
So
got
yeah.
decent.
So anyway, check. Yeah, yeah. They are. So for all of us that do wear the compression,
Yeah.
check these out. You'll be happy, and you'll be amazed because once you get them on, that's fine. But then taking them off again at the end of the day or something like that, jeez.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I have. But yeah,
Okay.
mostly pushing just towards the technology. I'm glad there's advancements in our community and in our world.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the ones that I was going to bring up, and I know we're getting close. I have a bunch of websites where you can get a lot of this stuff, but the first thing I just really wanted to do quickly is for those who have dogs and those who might not have the best reach down to scoop that up, or if you're a power chair user. We were talking the other day with our friend, and she's like, how do you, she just got a dog, and she's like wondering an easy way to pick up poop. Well, here was one that I heard about that Canine Companion gives out to, I think, their chair users when you get your Canine Companion dog, I believe. But, or they or they tell you how to get one, maybe. And so I just thought like, oh, easy way to do it. Now, I'm not going to show my wife this product because then she's going to make me good.
Yeah.
I'll wait until she discovers it. But for right now, I was also going to bring up, I have one. It's in the back of my screen, and that was this Invictus trainer for anybody wanting to get a little bit of pushing in, especially for those who live back east and might have those cold months or snow or lots of rain. It's an easy way to get up on the trainer. Now, I love mine, but it is a damn workout. You don't get a lot of coasting. And if you see on
there isn't any coasting.
Yeah, as you discover. But there are add-on weights that you can put onto these rollers. This one has a small one, this light blue in the back at the bottom by the wheel, not where the caster is, but in the back of the trainer. And you can add more of those. I've been thinking about adding, so it makes it a little bit easier to roll. So you can get them in like half pound or no, 1 pound, 2 pound, 3 pound. And you can have all three actually, and still fit.
Yeah.
I thought,
Now,
Go ahead.
what was cool when we were at the expo, there was that one, and I wish I remembered the name of it. That one where it had the attachment for the game that's in front of you, and that would make that easier. Working out on that thing would make it a lot easier with that game that was attached to it.
But if you go to YouTube and their YouTube channel, and there's another gal, Ellie, what's her name? Ellie. There's some people that they're like, all right, you can start that YouTube video, and she's like, okay, hard, okay,
that's cool.
Just get entertainment, or just
because for me, I like what we do when we go to push the pier. That is so much more. I get more out of it, that exercise, and it's because it's also enjoyment. I don't know. That's just me because I'm not a big exerciser, and I haven't been. But
But if you're like me, and I love it, and So, another thing, Paul, I don't know if you have yours handy for ropes, and I don't know if I've talked about this, but they got split ropes for jump ropes. I'm going to tell you, this is a killer workout.
It's a great workout. I love it.
Yeah, and so what's great from this company is Mute Sports Equipment. They had like about 6 or 7 different ones of sizing or pounds.
Weight,
2 pounds.
The size of the rope. Yeah, the weight of the rope.
Right, and now Paul, he's got one, and his is homemade.
That's homemade.
Yeah.
So I was able.
How do they work?
They work awesome. So this is just on Amazon. I bought jump rope handles, and then my wife made a cuff that I just have taped on there because the quad can't hang on to it. So she just made a cuff that velcros on very easily, and then I just bought rope, and you can buy different ropes at different weights, but just velcros on my hand like that, and then that's just a clip. And this rope I have here, I love it. This is actually a dog leash. So it already had a really heavy duty clip on it that I just clipped onto the ring that is on there. And then I have a knot tied in mine right now because when I'm in a smaller room like this, I don't want to wreck my computer screen. But it's a really good workout. And then I taped the bottom to just so it actually doesn't mark the floor. But you want it to hit the floor every rotation. And then that really gives you a good workout when you're doing it.
You hear the sound like if you were jumping rope.
Okay.
And it's just like, you know, up the jumping now, and you're like, and Paul and I will do a workout together where it's called a Tabata, where we go 20 seconds of this, 10 seconds off, 20 seconds of this, 10 seconds off. And we go for 20 minutes. Or, you can set it for whatever you want. But
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
on YouTube, there's it's called Tabata timers with the songs. And so it will tell you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And then in 3, 2, 1, pause, so it's a good little workout.
Great workout.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And if anybody, one of our YouTube channel, Rob, or he comes on, Rob and Tara, Rob with Tara, I think it is. He has a lot of great exercising equipment that he has been featuring on his YouTube channel. Check it out because he does a lot with bands. I'm not very good with bands, so I watching he's given me some ideas for bands. So check out Rob with Tara. I think.
And because bands can be really good, like that's a really good way to work out is with bands if you have them set up right. If not, they're a pain in the butt.
Yeah, and I mean bands, and I mean you can do so much. You can have an open band. I don't know if you have yours real quick.
Yeah, I got one right here. All this stuff is way too handy, because you use it every day. You got it right beside you.
So I have this one that I work my for my deltoids, and so I'm using it for this. And then you can do different ones where you have one arm like this, and then so I stretch, kind of up. So you got those. I use other bands. I tied it around my desk, and then I use it as like kind of a rower. So I have clips that I can use, put it on. So.
And I just have a straight band that I've tied knots in the end. You can get handles, but I find the knots work really well. And it's just more of a straight one. Same idea, but straight. The loop ones are kind of nice too. I like those as well. I've got some of those too. This one I quite like. This is a more of a silicone style. It's non-latex. So if anybody has a latex allergy, most of these bands are latex, and that's not good if you have a latex allergy. But this is a non-latex product, and it's really sticky and easy to hang on to as well.
And the
really
and the ones with latex, and I mean, I'm surprised this one hasn't gone yet, but and these bands, you can find a bunch of bands with also with aids that you can put wrist holders for it, but they snap after a while, especially time, and they start fading, and then I know it's gonna start spreading here soon. So yours, I can tell lasts, and you gave me a couple of those, and I can tell they're way more durable than what I've been using.
And they'll the different colors are different resistance levels.
Mm-hmm.
They can, and it's easy to find too. And that's what I told me about these non-latex ones.
Roy, it's been a while. So glad you're here and back with us. Derek was asking, do you all wear any type of heart monitor? The iWatch for me, as well as Paul, so I can, check my heart rate.
I think there's got a few more options than mine does, but yeah.
So yeah, that's I kind of, how accurate it is on the wrist. Hard to say. I mean, when you're taking your blood pressure, see, mine says right now it's 73.
Heart rate.
Yeah. Another thing, as thinking about exercise, but Chad was able to chime in a little, and he said it's getting that time of the year for us quads, and if you get that common cold, if anybody's ever been in the hospital or had surgery, they give you one of these, the barometer. And so working on your lungs is really important to keep those lungs strong, especially during the winter times coming up, and make sure maybe if you're into getting your flu shot, start thinking about it. So it's coming up. See, Chad has his set at 1500. I have mine set at 3500. So I'm just kidding. I don't even know what I have mine at. I just have to make fun of him. So he had that one, and then also Chad. I wanted to make sure he also wanted to promote his.
Here it is.
Yeah,
His hooks.
this is
The
a
hook it.
I've been using mine like literally just. I am so lazy now with it which is a good thing because I'm sick of just reaching down and trying to pick something off the floor. Like,
Yeah.
I have in my bedroom, I have the big what are those called? Strips where you plug in everything.
Power bar?
Huh?
Power bar.
Yeah. And so when I drop it, all the cords are on the ground. So I've been using my hook to pick up my cord. Yeah, it's been funny. So, yeah, we're glad you're back too. So we wanted to make sure we talk about his hookets. We share it a lot. One is
Yeah.
for Chad, but two, these things are great. And there's in two different sizes, 19-inch and 15-inch. I carry my 15-inch on my wheelchair at all times now. It's great if it's down by my brake where I just have it. Sometimes I might turn, and if it moved in a weird spot, it gets into my caster. So I'm like, oh, okay, I know what it is. But it's right on my chair, so at all times, boom. It's great because picking things up in the car.
And now, which size is that one, Bobby?
This is the
What size is? Okay.
This is
Oh, see, that's a good size.
perfect.
That's perfect.
I close my barbecue with it.
The 50, this is the longer one, so that's the difference between
Yeah.
the two.
Yeah.
So one's
And I, when I try to put the longer one on my chair, it was too long. It would go to the ground where I have it placed. So, and it's great because on my ride today, I took a picture and dropped my phone. And if I didn't have my hook it, I would have to wait until somebody came by, and there was nobody around. So I grabbed my hook it, and luckily I got, which if you don't have a strap on your phone,
yeah, that's a good idea too.
on Amazon, it's $15. It goes inside your case, so that black part in my case is you put that in there, put the case on, and then boom. So I have that, which is nice because, for us who have, the dexterity issues, and then I have a cup holder on each side of my chair, so I put my phone in one side of my cup holder.
Okay, I got a question about that case. Because I know I always try to get a case that's got some tackiness to it so I can hang on to the phone, some kind of a silicone case. I saw that's a clear one. Is it got some tackiness to it, or is it slippery like a hard plastic? Because you also have the magnetic charger on the back.
It's not the best silicone. I mean, it could be better.
But you still get grip, right?
There's a little grip to it. It doesn't, I can have it on my lap and it doesn't slide off that quick. But it does have, and right now I can't charge my phone by plugging it in. So I've been having to put it on but I don't know, it's slippery. I mean, it's not my preferred method or case. I'd rather have it more tacky.
So this is
Jay is asking about the hook. You can use it on either wrist or either hand, right? Either side now.
There's not a left or a right.
It's ambidextrous. The ambidextrous.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And do I have any more? Dog cup, barometer. Okay. So the next things I just kind of wanted to bring up, and this kind of goes hand in hand with all these products that we're talking about, right? So is websites. So here's one, and I think we've talked about it many times, and I was able to take a cool picture because I think I'm going to order
Active
the
hands, yeah.
tabletop scissors. I've been using scissors a lot more, and I have big scissors, and it works okay, um, but at times I'm trying to use two hands, and I just like, oh wow. But if you can see Active Hands, this is a European website, but they do ship to the U.S. And it's great to, I mean, going in there and looking at the gardening DIY for gardening tools, gym, leisure, tech, wheelchair products, one-handed, kitchen and eating, personal care, school, children stuff. I mean, they have it all, but it's great to get an idea. And if maybe you don't want to pay uh, that price, maybe look on Amazon and see if they have something. These were great. Oh, Chad, you should have. I know Chad came out with some fork stuff, but
Yeah.
you know, here's the knife set and looks like can opener. So it was a deluxe pack with a bunch of stuff in it. I don't know what the blue things were for, but you know, they have a lot of great kitchen stuff, which I know Amazon has a lot of these stuff, and so you can look. But I just really wanted to bring up some of these websites where you can really get an idea of like, oh my gosh, that would work for me. I've been wanting to do something like I've been using like um, my regular scissors, and they're nice and big. But you know, I'm like this, and then I got to get it lined up, and then hopefully hold steady, and then do it like that. Uh, you know,
And make sure one of your fingers aren't in the way either.
oh my God, I bought a shirt and I was trying to get the packet open, I couldn't, so I used my scissors. Cut my
You
shirt.
had to go buy another shirt because you cut your
Yeah,
shirt.
had a nice
nipped a
little vent in your
hole.
shirt.
Yeah, I nipped a hole in the back. I was like, oh, it
Oh,
was,
you did.
yeah.
What about those ones you were showing me the other day, Bobby? That was really cool. The electric scissors.
Oh yeah, and they were on Amazon. Yeah, there were some electric
On
scissors.
Amazon, you can
And
actually get a
electric, no, I think they were box openers. So if you like get an
they're
Amazon
called
box,
box opener. Okay.
yeah.
They
And you
were really cool.
and it's funny, and oh my gosh, I can't believe the time. It's funny with the hook it, you know, so Amazon box is outside my door, right? I grab my long hook it, I pull it in inside my door. Then an Amazon box usually only has one piece of tape over the top. So I get the hook it and you know, it's got a pointy end. So with the pointy end, I'm able to get it inside the box. So like I kind of put the box up against the
And you can put that's pretty good.
yeah, and I get it just in there, right by the tape and inside the lid
Yeah,
of the box,
yeah, the
and I'm
box.
able to pick it up and put it on my lap, and then use and then I got and this one works okay. I mean, obviously we want to be careful around, and especially for me, sharp objects,
Yeah,
but
like
you know,
knives.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but and my wife hates it when I use this, but this is my razor blade um,
Oh,
opener. It's you know, so I'm able to put my fingers in it. You know, obviously we got to use my teeth, push
careful.
down and extend away. I know,
Hey,
and
but it works.
well,
Yeah, it works, man.
it works.
You
My
got most of your fingers.
Well, and they have some other ones too that are coming out that are for box. Because I know I'll use whatever I can to open those boxes, but I just want something that's nice and safe and something that's not going to cut into what I'm opening, the box there. But hey, Jay asked one more question. Said that the hookets on the website just says right hand only. So I just want to make sure
No.
we're clear.
we'll talk to we'll talk to what's his name
Chad.
Chad about
Yeah,
it. So
because I use mine on right and left hand, Jay.
so for you wanted to see it. This is called the hook it. So it goes inside your wrist like this. And if that's the case, Jay, we'll talk to Chad. I'm sure he would make a left one, but it's able to pick up, you know, things off and hooked it just right in there. There's two
Well,
different sides, Roy.
I'm left-handed. I use mine on my left side and left hand all the time.
Okay, there you go.
It
Yeah, there
just
you
fits.
go. There you go.
That's on my left hand. It fits in just fine. Like it's the
And then
same.
I wrap my finger around it. You like yeah. There you go.
It's the same on the right hand as it does on the left. So
Yeah, and Leah said Sean does the same thing. So, so that's the first one. A website that active hand. Then you can go into these websites like Live in Spinal. Get a lot of different product ideas. They sell the wheelchairs as well, so that's one thing. And then that's where you can get maybe your tires. Um, I just didn't have the best experience with them, so but I don't want to shame anybody from ordering from them. They have all the stuff that we've been probably talking about with the scooters and stuff like that, but but there's more you can choose from. There's this one. This is where I get like my tubes and tires a lot is Sport Aid. Um, they got a ton of recreational stuff, but when I need bearings, well, no, I go to a state shop for bearings now. I ask them, I'm like, what's your smoothest, fastest bearings? So,
yeah,
um,
Sport Aid is also really good for shipping to Canada.
say that again.
Sport Aid is really good for shipping to Canada.
Right.
So for our listeners out there.
And then here's something I came across. I was just like, and looking through all of it, going to Etsy. This was like, I mean, this is just their first page, but I go to their main page and I put in wheelchair accessories. There was so many things. One thing I found on this and that I'm going to probably get was a strap for my legs. When I'm biking, so my legs aren't going like this. I thought like, oh, I want to bring my knees in together. And sometimes when I'm pushing, so my knees aren't flopping all around when, I'm getting jostled. So I thought that. Thanks for the thumbs up. Keep those thumbs up. Hit that like button. So check out Etsy. Um, what else? There was another one. Oh, okay. This was good. It's not really. I just wanted to feature this page. Our friend John Box, who used to be the owner of Colors, he has a YouTube Mobility here in Southern California. They don't sell a lot of products on their webpage as they do in their store, but if you ever call them, you can ask them if they have the product and sell them, and they would sell it to you. Like they also sell the Baytech, the Pause, those front end scooters. They also have the other one. What's your other? The one.
The
Companion one. The Companion one front end scooter. That's
the Scout.
But it's Scout. But I clicked on their resource page. The resources they have in there, page after page after page. I wish I could feature them all today. So it was just like, I was just blown away. I was like, wow. And I featured this before. Kelly Brush Foundation has a great resource page for a lot of their stuff. So, so I just wanted to talk about those. I know some people might ask, like, can you put all this stuff in the description? It comes out too much. So if you want to rewatch this and hit pause when you can, that would be great, and then you can write this stuff down. I'm going to say thank you for watching. We got to get going. It's getting that time. I think, do you have to coach?
I have to coach in like 9 minutes.
All right.
Oh, yeah, we got to get going.
So, Robert.
Yep. Let's thank our sponsors that help support Live to Roll, mobility professionals and urology professionals. Contact mobility professionals if you are in need of a wheelchair or any other DME equipment. Mobility Professional Services in the Southern California area. So contact them if you are in need for any equipment. Urology Professionals, their sister company, handles all their catheter needs. So they're service the nation. So wherever you're at in the U.S., they're available to you. So give them a call or check them out on the web. Urology Professionals.
And I gotta do a video of that. Who asked for it? Where is she? Oh, Olivia asked, Bobby, I want a video of that. Anybody here in the Southern California area that's down here and closer to LA and Orange County, and we have our 5K coming up here in Irvine, and I have an extra entry that's worth $50. So if you want to do the 5K, which is 3.1 miles, please let me know. Hit me up on Instagram at SEI Quadfather. And then make sure check us back next week on Tuesday. Sean and I will be back. We're every Tuesday at 3:30. And then we have I got it. There we go. Real Girl Talk next week.
Hey, you said it. You said Real Girl Talk with no hassle, man. You got it right out.
Yeah, because I paused. Usually I'm trying to do it in a hurry. So we have it on tap for next week. So thank you, everybody. Hope you like this quick product review. Any last thoughts? Any last
before we run, Jay, if you're still out there, hit me up. I'm talking to Chad. We're trying to get some hookets shipped up to Canada, because I know shipping is always a pain in the butt. But if we can get enough people together, we'll get a bundle up here.
Yeah.
So you know where to find me on Instagram.
You got it.
All right, everybody. Live to roll.
Live to roll, gang.
I got to hit finish, right? 3, 2, 1. Live.